On this episode of the Rocklopedia Fakebandica, most everybody that is famous doesn't start out this way. We talk about the fake band roles that some people performed just before they became household names. This is the Rocklopedia Fakebandica. Welcome to the Rocklopedia Fakebandica. I'm Charles. There's Alan.
Greetings.
There's T-Mike.
Kurt Jurgens.
And boy, do we have a treat for you. We're going to tell you all about these famous people and what kind of fictional band mischief they got into before their names were in lights. But before we talk about that, is there any business we need to take care of?
Yes, I would like to give a quick shout out to Guy Moon, who just recently passed away on January 8th. He was a composer for numerous cartoon shows that I think most of our audience has heard of. The Fairly Odd Parents. He wrote the songs for fictional artist Chip Skylark. He did the music for Danny Phantom, Cow and Chicken, Johnny Test. And going back further in his career, I found out he wrote some songs for the terrible TV series California Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
And he also did scored a whole movie called The Electric Piper, which is a take on the whole Pied Piper thing. It seems a bit obscure, but it's a Nickelodeon movie.
Oh,
so I think he might. I got to do some more research into his, what he actually did on the shows and if he wrote for the musical characters. And we might do an episode on him, I think.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, we got an email from Jay from Chicago, or he might get a whole state, right, to himself, Illinois, since he's
I don't think we have in Illinois yet.
No,
I think just because of after Joliet Jake from the Blues Brothers, I think you have to put the name first with Illinois.
Okay.
So it's
Illinois
either Chicago J or Illinois J.
I think you're right. Illinois J sounds pretty good.
Well, I think he's the first of the state, so I think
he would be the first one.
Illinois J.
State. Yeah.
He can't be America J, though. No. Okay.
Well,
right.
I mean, I guess he can if he wants, but
anyway,
not in our context. No.
Well, anyway, he sent us a very nice email. He's sounds like a good fan of our show.
Oh,
and
great.
Had some corrections to point out to you, which we will take to heart.
Corrections? How so? What now?
Well, he was concerned we weren't mentioning all the potential fake band connections for some of the artists and actors and things like we like to mention, that we had missed some, he felt. So,
sometimes if we talk about a band, we'll talk about them in another episode.
That's true. So we'll get to it.
I'm sure everything has been covered. We've almost had episode 100. I'm sure we've covered everything by now.
Yeah.
We got it all handled.
I think we've handled everything.
Do we get to retire and ride off in the sunset?
No, you do not. We're going to milk your scrawny body of all the fake bands.
All right.
Well, that's not an image.
Don't say that. No. He was very happy to hear about that. I don't like that part.
No.
All right. Well, you can milk these out of me right now.
Illinois J, thanks for writing us. And thanks for listening.
All right. Here, catch.
Oh, what's this?
It is an insanely late Christmas present.
Wow.
Sorry about that. All right. Open it up at the same time.
All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Go. Oh.
It feels like a book.
Oh, it looks to be
it's a shirt. Oh, look at that. Boats and hose.
Boats and hose. Wow.
Huff and Doback.
We haven't really talked about them on the show.
I don't think we have.
No, we got to do
I think we briefly talked about it in one episode.
I think we mentioned
oh, God, I don't remember that. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one, yeah.
That's nice, T-Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, T-Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Late,
right. So late Christmas. I mean, actually, happy early birthdays.
Yeah, that's what you should have gone for, yeah.
Now I don't have to get you birthday presents, right?
Exactly.
No, I'm
double dipping.
You just didn't give us Christmas presents.
It's double dipping, man. I can't pull it off.
All right, so let's talk about celebrities who were in fake bands before getting famous, shall we?
Yeah.
Indeedo.
A good example of one we've already talked about is Val Kilmer, who played Nick Rivers in Top Secret.
Yes.
Right.
Although that role did make him famous, so there's not a lot of gap in between, when he played the fake band.
It was like his
famous.
first major starring role, though.
We're going to have a little bigger gaps
on film, I think. Yeah. He was like, yeah.
So the people we're talking about now are going to be famous in the more distant future.
Right, yeah.
So here, I'll start things off with, and I teased this on a show a few weeks ago.
We teased all of them.
Not all of
them,
these.
yeah.
Almost all.
We teased the concept of this.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about all of them.
Okay.
But we did talk about this one in that episode, 26 for 2026. Talked about the problems from Light of Day.
Yep.
The 1987 movie Light of Day stars Michael J. Fox at the height of his stardom,
Oh, yeah.
coming off hits like Family Ties, Teen Wolf, and Back to the Future. So for this role, Michael J. decided to show some dramatic chops in this dirty, depressing film about how maybe rock and roll doesn't lead you to the top, but it can try to keep you off the bottom. So Fox plays Joe Raznick, who plays in the band The Barbusters with his sister Patty, played by Joan Jett, formerly of The Runaways, and at this point a bona fide rock star, right?
Yeah, she's not famous yet.
She's not famous. You're right. She is famous.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, they have their friend Boo Montgomery, who's played by Michael McKean, who you all know by now as 1/3 of Spinal Tap.
That's right.
If you do not know that, welcome to the Rocklopedia Fakebandica, new listener.
You'll want to go back to our 6-episode streak where we talked about nothing but.
But everybody else probably knows that's, David St. Hubbins right there. Okay, we'll be talking in greater detail with this movie just, later in this year because the whole movie is about fake bands. And there's absolute legends that are in this movie. The Barbusters aren't the only band either. There's a local metal band called the Huns with 2 Z's instead of an S.
That's no umlaut. That's an interesting approach. They went for the Z's, not the umlaut.
And then there's the band we care about for this episode, The Problems. The Problems are blink and you miss them kind of fake band. The Barbusters deride them as cut-rate specials and concept rock as they set up for their gig. They throw out a factoid that they used to be called The Sins, and then they yell over the band during the gig.
Oh, that's just rude.
Sometimes feel tired. Sometimes feel dry. And
Hey!
it's you and I.
Let's go, West Virginia. Akron? Oh, Marcus.
So we know the capital of West Virginia is not Akron, but what is it, gentlemen?
Charleston.
Charleston, exactly. Why would I bring it up if it's not Charleston? So the Problems are made up of Mark Addison of The Generators, Frank Vale of Exotic Birds, and his bandmate, and it's his bandmate that we care about. That bandmate is the young Trent Reznor,
Wow.
2 years away from turning music on its ear with his legendary band 9 Inch Nails.
He was probably already writing the songs on, which is my favorite factoid about Pretty Hate Machine. It was written on a Macintosh, like one of the old all-in-one Macintoshes. So it actually was,
seriously old school.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he was probably already working on this. He was in a lot of bands in the Cleveland area at this time.
flopping those floppies back and forth, just like swearing under his breath.
Oh, yeah.
So he was also in Exotic Birds at the time. And then, 2 years later, all of a sudden,
That's really cool.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Watching MTV, you couldn't.
Yeah, Head Like a Hole,
You couldn't
baby.
have a day
yeah.
without seeing Trent Reznor.
I remember hearing that song. I was like, this is a great song.
Yeah. Oh.
And Head Like a Hole, especially because it has its life as a fake band thing, thanks to Miley Cyrus.
That's right.
Which we talked about in the episode.
Ashley
Yeah.
O.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so 2 years earlier, fake band, Trent Reznor.
How's that for a connection, Jay? Just throwing that one in there.
All right. Okay, so I have tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
No, thank you. With 4 O's. 2 at the beginning where there's usually just the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the name of a band and a film that came out in 1970 with a young Olivia Newton-John in it.
Oh.
Before she got famous.
Before she got physical.
That's right. Well before that. So the movie's called Tomorrow. The band is called Tomorrow. It's the brainchild of evil music mogul Don Kirshner, the guy who the guy who birthed the Monkees and then feuded with them, and then also gave us the Archies, who couldn't feud back. And also involved was Harry Saltzman, the producer of the first 9 James Bond films. So this seems like a legit project. With with Kirshner and Saltzman on board. So Kirshner assembled the band. He picked Olivia Newton-John, Ben Thomas, Carl Chambers, and Vic Cooper. And in the film, these guys respectively played band members Olivia, Ben, Carl, and Vic.
Hey, Angela!
That's right. The Tony Danza School of Acting. Anyway, here's the title track of the film.
Tomorrow, take my hand and I'll lead the way. Forget about yesterday, right here in my arms.
It's perfectly passable, sort of, lightweight psych, pop, rock kind of stuff. The band are a small-time local band, and keyboardist and tinkerer Vic has invented a new effects box called the Tonalizer. Now, unbeknownst to Vic...
I would like to just point out that this one doesn't come across in TMX pronunciation, but it is the Tonalizer with an S.
Of course, not
So
the
it's
Z.
it's Australian.
This is UK.
Not a Z.
No, this is set in the UK. It's set like around
Okay.
London, I think. Unbeknownst to Vic and his band, the Tonalizer is giving off these super exciting vibes to alien Alphoids who are secretly monitoring the Earth.
Oh, goodness.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but actually I am saying it's aliens. Sorry. Anyway, the aliens are so into this, they decide they're going to kidnap the band, turn them into Alphoids, and then take them back to their home planet.
Is that how more aliens develop? They turn other
They just
life
want them
forms
to be.
into them?
They just want them to be comfortable on their home planet. Feel
okay.
fit in.
That's how they make those powerful mints? Alphoids.
Voids, yeah,
Alphoids.
not Altoids.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
the aliens and the band realize tragically that this is way, way, way too early for that in the film, and we have to have a many more plot padding, tedious shenanigans.
So you're saying that the aliens picked up the band and then they kind of stared at each other for a little bit and said, not yet.
No, wait, back up.
We missed a page. Damn it.
Shoot, go get
So the band escapes.
Act.
I understood that reference. The band escapes the Alphoid spaceship in the aptly named escape pod.
Oh, clever.
That's almost a little too on the nose there, don't you think? Well, I don't know. Anyway, back on Earth, the band immediately ignores their whole mind-blowing encounter with alien life forms thing and focuses on the tedious shenanigans of getting to their next gig.
That's what people want. Is like,
packing
tuning
their-
instruments, packing things up,
loading
unpacking.
gear. Yeah.
Oh, to have a memory that just a blank slate. That just can clean after 12 hours.
Just resets.
Wait a minute, what did I just do?
Anyway, so they got to get all their gear to the festival gig at the local college
I
on
was
time.
kidding. They actually do something about loading up their gear.
They do.
Oh,
It's
geez.
about loading, and then there's Vic's got an on again, off again girlfriend. There's two aliens disguised as humans wandering around. There's a lot of stupid old people jokes about student protesters, and then of course they're getting the gear unloaded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, loading and unloading.
Wow.
I'm glad they got both parts.
They should have just
I'd
filmed
have
the
been-
movie. Should have called the movie White Zone or something.
I'd have
Anyway,
been so lost if they didn't unload that stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be where are their instruments?
How did it get on stage?
Are these somebody else's instruments?
well, anyway, once the said shenanigans are finally done.
Are you counting loading and unloading as shenanigans?
Yes.
You have a low bar for shenanigans.
The movie sets the low bar, not me, man. Anyway, the band plays the gig with Tonalizer, of course, and the aliens, once again grooving, decide we're just going to kidnap the band and the entire festival crowd because, wow, these vibes are amazing. Fortunately, instead of actually kidnapping everyone, they change their minds a little. They decide they're just going to bootleg the concert and broadcast it back to their home planet and return everybody with their memories wiped.
That's a much better use of a
Better plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean,
ASCAP would like to differ on this. I think kidnapping is better than bootlegging.
but alien
You wouldn't
bootlegging of
steal a
concerts.
car, Charles.
But you would steal a human.
Yeah, you would steal a human.
Aliens bootlegging live concerts is just killing the record industry.
Clearly,
All right, anyway, here's the concert.
You can be happy. You can cry. You can be hurt. You can be happy. Happy unless you try. You can be hurt. You can be happy.
I can see why they stole it.
No, you can't. The film opened and closed in a week.
wow.
A week.
That's good. Get everybody in at one time. Don't have to keep going.
Kirshner is supposed to have said that the film would never be seen again during his lifetime if he had anything to say about it.
Wow.
And the film debuted on DVD 2 months after Kirshner's death in 2011, so he was absolutely right. Take that, Kirshner, though. And
But how do you produce a movie that suck so bad and you're like surprised at it. Like that's at no point during pre-production did he get like, I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's such a weird thing, you know?
Don't know. Anyway, I was surprised the soundtrack is on Spotify. So I thought it was a little more, it's a little less obscure than I thought now. So anyway, Olivia Newton-John would not have her first chart success until 1971 with her cover of the Dylan tune, If Not For You, which got to number 7 in the UK and 25 in the US. And she was famously, of course, in the 1978 film Grease, but the producers really had to work hard to get her to convince her to be in the film because her experience filming Tomorrow was so bad.
Oh, really?
Wow.
She had such a bad time doing that movie that
she didn't want to be in movies. She didn't want to be in films.
Wow.
Although I actually found out she was almost in the terrible 1978 Sgt. Pepper's movie playing Strawberry Fields.
That probably wouldn't have changed her mind.
Definitely wouldn't have done Grease at that point.
She never would have acted again. Thank God we dodged a bullet anyway, we got more fake band synergy here. Tomorrow's songs are written by Richie Adams and Mark Barkan, who wrote songs for the Archies, and they wrote the Banana Splits theme song.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Barkan was the musical director for that show. And the director of the film, Val Guest, had also directed the 1959 fake band film Espresso Bongo, which starred British rock star Cliff Richard as musician Bongo Herbert.
Espresso Bongo.
Back when, the 30 seconds where bongos were the scene, man.
Well,
so anyway.
while it's hot.
That's right. I might get a little bit of a twofer here because the real drumming on the recordings was done by a guy named Chris Slade. Slade was supposed to be in the band and in the film, but he dropped out at the last minute and was replaced by Carl Chambers. And smart move in hindsight there, Chris. So we could maybe argue Slade was not quite famous yet. He had been drumming for Tom Jones since 1965, but it's not till 1971 when he helps form Manfred Mann's Earth Band, and then later goes on to drum for The Firm, AC/DC, and Asia.
Oh, Asia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, remember Asia, though. It's
Yeah,
gonna come up
okay.
later.
Keep that in mind, okay.
And so then he was in Tommy Boy after that?
No.
No, that's not him.
No.
Oh.
Anyway, so I think 1.5 maybe.
All right. That we can use that extra 0.5 to kind of pad out mine because this one might be pushing a little hard on the boundaries of the word famous, but I think that Andrew Bird counts. He is Andrew Bird. He's a violinist. He's a singer.
Okay.
He kind of bounces between folk, jazz, old time indie rock. They've used to play him a lot on Morning Becomes Eclectic, I remember. And he was, one of his characteristics is he uses like loop pedals and effects pedals on his violin to make unexpected sounds.
I know we're gonna meet someday in the crumbled financial institutions of this land. There will be tables and chairs, there'll be pony rides and dancing bears, there'll even be a band. Cause listen, after the fall, there'll be no more countries, no currencies at all. We're gonna live on our wits, we're gonna throw away survival kits, trade butterfly knives for Adderall. And that's not all. Whoa, there will be snacks, there will. There will be snacks, there will be. There will be snacks.
So that's from Tables and Chairs, which I've always kind of liked. I think it's one of his.
I've heard
fun
some
stuff.
of his stuff. I think it's pretty enjoyable.
He's been performing publicly since the early 90s and actually got his first commercial exposure playing with Chapel Hill's own Squirrel Nut Zipper.
I've heard of him now.
Yeah.
I've heard of a band he was in.
So he was in the band?
He played on Hell and a couple of other of their albums.
Was he just recording or did he actually tour? And
I believe he toured with them too, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
So he actually,
all right.
then he started his own band, Andrew Bird's Bowl of Fire. Then they ended up kind of having to, in a weird fake band thing. I was reading his bio and it's like, oh, this is actually how Johnny Karate from Parks and Rec, which we'll talk about in a few weeks, came about. Was that basically the rest of the band couldn't make it to a show, and so he was like, "Oh, I'll play solo," and he liked it, so he went solo. He's recorded 16 studio albums and a bunch of live albums.
Wow!
But honestly, it's likely you know him from a non-musical role. He was Thurman Smutney from the 4th season of Fargo.
Thurman
We're getting some
Yeah.
really great names.
Thurman
This has-
Smutney, great name.
2026 is the year
Yeah.
of the wacky name for
Move
us.
over Kurt Jurgens. I'm team Thurman Smutney.
yeah.
now.
Really? You're tossing Kurt Jurgens away like that?
I'm fickle, Charles.
I get Ubby Iwerks is
I think you're talking about this, like, this team like has that kind of like fast cycle memory. He just
that
like he's
could be.
forgotten. He's forgotten already. He
He's
wouldn't
got that
talk
clean
about-
slate
Yeah.
like they had tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, Thurman Smutney.
There's a couple of fun fake band connections in the 4th season of Fargo. The lead for that season was Chris Rock, who of course was in CB4.
Right.
And also in this season is Jessie Buckley, who was Rose Lynn Harlan in 2018's Wild Rose. She's about a Scottish country singer.
Okay.
And and it's not a bad movie.
Okay.
You also, it's possible also you may know Andrew Bird as the guy who provided the whistling for the Muppet Walter in the 2011 Muppets movie.
I think you finally found something.
I mean, it's
If
not
Squirrel and
likely-
Zippers. It's probably that.
It's not that,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, you see, I'm hooked once you say Muppets.
Yes. But his fake band role, let's talk about that. That came on the Jack's Big Oops episode of the kids' television series Jack's Big Music Show, which was a very
my kids
big-
used to watch that. It's a great little puppet show. It's all about music.
Yeah, I think your kids were like right at the sweet spot. Where Charles's might be a little too
what
old.
what
and,
network was this on?
I think it was Nickelodeon.
I think it's Nickelodeon. I believe. Yeah.
Never
Or,
heard of
Or
this.
Nick Jr. maybe.
Yeah.
Never heard of this.
So yeah, it was before my kids' time.
How's
but
one of my favorite fake bands, fake musicians, which is just DJ Turtle.
oh,
He
nice.
just like this little old turtle puppet comes in and just starts dropping some mad old school rap beats.
Oh, nice. Well, in this one, Andrew Bird plays Dr. Strings with a Z or a Z, and a top-hatted luthier. He works on stringed instruments. And after the main characters break their hammered dulcimer, they magically summon him, and he magically fixes it. Magically.
Ooh,
Okay.
Andrew Bird is magic.
And he also sings a song about himself that actually Bird occasionally still performs in concert.
I'm so pleased to meet you. I'm the one they're calling Dr. String.
Dr. Strings?
I fix it refurbish, pretty much care for anything that has to do with string. So why would they call me anything else but Dr. String? I've been to far places, I've handled many cases, so long as it's concerning string. I've fixed the strings of kings, princesses, and princes. Found that the strings wouldn't sing. Then I give them my phone number and I say, call me if you have anything with strings. Anything, I can probably fix it if it has to do with strings.
Fun.
It's a fun little song.
No, wait a minute. He's had like 6 albums out by this point. I mean, how does he fit in with being fake before famous?
Okay, I wondered the same thing when T-Mike suggested him.
Oh, sure. Throw me under the bus.
But Jack's Big Oops aired on January 21st, 2007. And Bird's first big national TV exposure came when he appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman, April 10th, 2007.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
I don't know. I mean, he was a squirrel at Zippers. He had been on Letterman like a decade before that.
Not as himself. Not as himself.
This is the first time I've heard of Andrew Bird, and you're trying to tell me he's famous?
He's reasonably well known.
Okay, I'll allow it, but I'm watching you guys.
I'm
All
just
right,
saying,
all right.
I'm taking that 0.5 at T-Mike.
That's
I'm
right.
watching you guys.
All right, I got a solid one here.
Okay.
All right. So we have the comedy film Hello Down There from 1969. It's also re-released in 1974 as Sub-a-Dub-Dub.
Ooh.
So it was first Hello Down There,
Yeah.
and then 5 years later they renamed it Sub-a-Dub-Dub just to fool people.
I tried to,
I guess.
Oh,
tried
you
to get
didn't
people
want to watch it? It's Hello
No,
Down There.
It was a bomb. It was a bomb.
79, they came up with an even worse name, but, they're still going to release it.
So Tony Randall stars as a marine scientist and a research engineer and plays dad Fred Miller. Randall was in some fictional musical groups and the classic sitcom The Odd Couple he did.
Okay.
Mom is Vivian Miller, played by Janet Leigh. And she seems to be a writer of softcore erotica,
Weird.
which
Not
is
just like romance novels?
it's a little
Weren't they bigger at the time?
It's not clear. There's not a lot about her career. She's too busy doing mom stuff, but there's a little bit of the writing stuff at the beginning. Anyway, the Miller kids are in the band Harold and His Hang-Ups, and they're rehearsing in the living room so they could be millionaire rock stars.
Can't make the rains to fall, no, no. I can't climb a mountain tall, no, no. But I can love you. Yes, I can love you.
Good luck,
All right.
kids.
That's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. They immediately run that demo down to super hip boy millionaire record company CEO Nate Ashbury. Get it? Nate Ashbury? Hate Ashbury, 1969, the center of hippie
I
movement.
understand.
You don't laugh.
I will not laugh.
I don't blame you.
But I understand.
All right, that's fine. I didn't laugh at this movie much either. So anyway, he's played by Roddy McDowell, who's
Hey,
always...
he's been in a bunch of fake bands.
He is. He was in The Rabbit Habit in the 1969 movie Angel, Angel, Down We Go, and probably some other ones I'm
So is
forgetting.
he the one who's fake before famous?
No.
Oh.
He's already he's well known enough by now. And you know how record company CEOs always personally listen to demo tapes from small-time
Well, yeah.
high schoolers that practice in their parents' living room?
Yeah.
Boy, of course.
Well,
That was actually like David Geffen's most of his day was just
yeah.
sitting there, just listening to sitting in an office, listening to tapes brought in physically by local high school bands.
Empty office, one boom box just sitting on the desk. Put it in. Nope.
Nope.
in the trash can. So not only does
Not in the toilet. We learned that from Hustle and Flow.
Yes.
You risk your life if you
Yeah,
throw it
that's
away in the
true.
toilet.
That's right.
Throw them in the trash.
The trash.
Right.
Little lesson to you listeners out there. Don't
Right.
throw demos in the toilet.
That's
throw
right.
them in the trash.
Think before you trash. So not only does Nate like the song, more importantly, his supercomputer, the Brain Machine, also likes it. Gives it a 0.95 rating.
Ooh.
Wasn't there another movie that had the brain
Yeah,
machine?
yeah. The
Yeah.
Finks. The Finks had a supercomputer that like.
But it wasn't the
what
brain machine. It was a
No,
different
I
name.
I can't remember the name of it now, but yeah, it's some stupid name like that.
All right.
Anyway, so the Miller kids are Lori and Tommy, who play keyboards and guitar respectively, and are played by Kay Cole and Gary Tigerman, also respectively. The drummer is Harold's brother Marvin, played by Lou Wagner, and Harold himself is the bassist and lead singer, played by none other than Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, okay. All right.
Richard Dreyfuss wouldn't be a breakout as a star until about 4 years later in American Graffiti, and
That's right. That's his big break, wasn't
yeah,
it?
and
That's
they
right.
Did Jaws and Close Encounters. Did you know he was like one of the youngest people to win an Academy Award?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He had a great 1970s.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
American Graffiti. That was directed by that certain person who directed something else we know, right?
Hey, wait a minute.
He was somebody else who had a great 70s.
Yeah.
What was it, 1977, I think? Someone
Just
of the-
play the song and get it over with. Stop torturing me!
And you were saying?
It eases the pain.
All right. Anyway, the plot is that the dad, Miller, Tony Randall, has built an underwater house as a research project for his company. Now, his boss is played by Jim Backus.
Oh,
my
great.
God.
From Gilligan's Island. Yeah,
And it's a mad world.
that's right. Anyway, he hates it. He thinks it's a stupid idea.
A stupid idea to have houses underwater?
Yes. So Miller says, I'll prove it's good by I'll have my family live in it for 30 days straight. And we'll prove this is a good idea. Somehow that does that. He convinces his family and his kids to move in there, and by inviting the band along,
Okay.
especially since Lori is engaged to Harold. So that, so anyway, they can all be together in the house. So they move into the underwater house. It's nicknamed the Green Onion because it's vaguely onion shaped. And so they have to move in via submarine, of course. And there's like a big moon pool thing, so they can, raise the sub up into that.
Yeah.
And they get visited by friendly dolphins. They have two friendly dolphin sidekick guys, and then these seals just pop up at random. So, you get
That's fun.
get some funness in there. So Harold gets so inspired by his new surroundings, he comes up with a brand new song called Hey Little Goldfish.
Hey, little goldfish, where you going to? Little goldfish, let me swim along with you. Pretty goldfish, we could have a whale of a time. Put your fin in mine.
And the dolphins love it.
Oh, great.
So it's a big hit with the dolphin crowd.
Weirdly, like, I think I mentioned this in the Metalocalypse show. They made more or less the same joke many years later.
That's right.
of,
Yeah,
like,
they recording underwater.
Underwater friends, honey. Underwater friends.
And the dolphins like that too?
Yeah, I think the dolphins like that too.
And poor Hootie the Bluefish. They're such a baby because the dolphins make them cry.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, there's like a lot of long, dull underwater shots. There's some stupid slapstick. There's cartoon sound effects. And even though it's a futuristic underwater house with futuristic kitchen gadgets, Mom still spends like the entire movie doing mom chores. This is not the future we were promised, people. Anyway, we also do get, though, Ken Berry.
Okay.
Hey.
Mayberry RFD.
Yeah.
And classic nebbish Arnold Stang.
Oh, from Alice, right?
I think he was...
he was...
he was like the voice of Tigger, wasn't he?
He's no,
Or no, not Tigger, of Pooh. No, wait.
No.
Anyway.
He's basically like an early prototype of T-Mike.
Yes. No,
Okay.
wait.
Yeah, it's a mad world too. He's
Yeah,
one of
that's
the
right,
one of the guys. Yeah, and
If you see his face, you'll know him.
yeah.
So after they record Hey Little Goldfish on their demo, down in the underwater house, Tommy secretly scuba dives the tape up to the surface to meet the family maid hanging out in a motorboat. I don't know why they have to do this in secret. And Tommy is like, especially don't tell Nate we're stuck in an underwater house for 30 days. Because why? I don't know. Anyway.
Their family maid has a motorboat?
Yes.
They're paying her too much.
Seriously, wow.
I think it's a rental. I think it's just a rental. Anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, Dad gets
It could be a scuba. Kind of like an Uber scuba.
I see what you did there, unfortunately.
All right. Dad gets a little tired of the rock and roll all the time. And he said, hey, how about for Jay, you play something nice, something soft? So he sings an old Bing Crosby tune from 1931 called Just One More Chance while the band jams behind him.
I know that I should serve my sentence. Still I'm hoping all the while you'll give me just one more word. I said that I was glad to start out, but now I'm back crying my heart out for just one more chance.
It's not great. No.
And yet you made us play it.
I did. Later on, though, little factoid, that song was mentioned in the Odd Couple sitcom as being Felix's and his ex-wife's their song.
Oh, okay.
So I guess he actually has a real affection for that song.
Clearly.
Then there's like a shark attack, which shouldn't be a big deal because you're in a house. But apparently his house is just crappy enough that a shark attack is an issue. So Dad has to do some stuff to lure the sharks away, blah, blah, blah. The band has...
I thought that was a Saturday Night Live skit. They just knocked on the door and then just attacked them?
Candygram. Candygram.
No.
The band has another underwater-inspired song, Glub.
Love, love, I'm floating on the sea of love. You know you give me so much devotion that it keeps on coming like the waves on an ocean. Say love, 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 love.
Yeah, no.
Glub.
No.
Thought I heard you calling my name.
No.
Glub. No.
It's not.
I was thinking more like Glub sat alone on a bottom boat.
Good one.
Totally alone except for the sharks.
There you go. So
We'll
anyway,
attack the house. Oh, no. Go.
all right.
We'll write it on our own time, Alan.
These things are gold. You guys are going to make so much money with the song parodies.
Topical too.
Topical. Anyway, meanwhile, Nate Ashbury's magic computer says Hey Little Goldfish has a 1.27 rating.
That's so much bigger than the other song.
It
Yeah.
is. It means it's going to outsell everything Centurion Records has ever published. It's time to call Merv Griffin.
Okay.
To get on the Merv Griffin show, or
Yes!
just to tell him about the rating. Okay.
And suddenly, Nate just changes the name of the band while he's on the phone booking the band with Merv. He says that at Harold and his hangups, he thinks the name, Sam and his Submarines. And the maid who's there, she says, how about the Green Onion? Because that's the name of the house. And then he just goes with the Green Onion. He just tells Merv the band's name is the Green Onion, and then we'll book them for Saturday. But then the maid says, oh, wait, they can't make the gig because She won't say why, but, because some secret for some reason, but she'll get them a message. So what does she do? She goes back in the motorboat 3 miles out on the coast, 90 feet down in the water, writes a note, puts it in a Ziploc bag with a rock, and just drops it. And then she yells, "Hello down there."
She said the name of the film. That's the name of the film.
She did. She's so
And so this,
stupid.
so she put the note in a baggie and tied it to a rock and dropped it in the water.
And an eel steals it.
Oh, I thought I was going to say it smacks into the onion and springs a leak. And then it's like,
But fortunately, one of
but
those.
an eel steals this note.
Fortunately, one of the dolphins shows up and she gives the dolphin another note because the dolphin is smarter than most of the characters in this movie. So anyway, then there's a hurricane.
Oh,
And the kids get the note. And they decide, oh man, we got to sneak out and talk to Merv about all this.
Yeah,
in
talk to
a
Merv Griffin.
hurricane. In a hurricane, people. Turns out, Harold, he's a good singer. He's a good bassist. He's a bad submarine driver. Hey, Harold, you keep scraping the reefs. I know. Let's go to the surface in a hurricane. And the idiot kids surface the sub and open the hatch in a hurricane. And they're like, hey, a hurricane. We better go back down. And so then the sub stops working for no apparent reason, and they crash. And the kid snuck out and wrecked Dad's car is what happened here. And who has to help them? The dolphin again. The dolphin's like Lassie. It's like, go get help, Lassie.
I don't know why this wasn't a bigger hit, because it sounds great. It just sounds so coherent and well plotted.
Well written, yeah. And meanwhile, Nate has found out that his new hit band is stuck underwater in a hurricane, and he's in boss Jim Backus's office threatening to sue him for $5 million if he doesn't go rescue them. So Dad rescues the kids.
Does that work to threaten to sue your boss?
That's not his boss.
Not his boss. It's the kid's.
This is
kid's
the record
dad's
label
boss.
guy threatening the house guy.
Yeah, the guy. The
okay.
company that built the house is Jim Backus's
I got mixed
company.
up in
I'm not sure why he's threatening him.
It's
though.
all the subtleties and nuances are slipping past you, Alan. Pay attention. Anyway, Dad rescues the kids. He gets them safely back to the Green Onion house. And then who arrives by submarine? It's Nate with Jim Backus and the maid and Merv Griffin and a camera crew.
What?
They tape their appearance as the Green Onion, and what do they sing? No, they don't sing their 1.27 rated song. They don't sing their 0.95 rated song. No, they sing Glub. They sing Glub. I'm not playing Glub again. I'm not playing. This is
Glub came aboard in a hurricane.
This movie feels like a sitcom or Disney adventure show that's not firing on any cylinders.
Honestly, it sounds like a whole series, like a season of a sitcom.
I feel like it was supposed to be like they wanted to turn it into a sitcom or something, and it didn't. It was so badly received.
Well, Ken Berry was like a Disney dude at that point, so maybe maybe it was supposed to be a Disney sitcom.
I don't know. It's like missing Dean Jones. You needed Dean Jones.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I laughed out loud 3 times.
Oh.
So there was that. But like in the movie, the underwater gimmick isn't gimmicking enough. The drama isn't dramaing right. The adventuring isn't adventurous enough. I thought the music was pretty good, really. Roddy McDowall and Dreyfuss are the most interesting characters, and that's not because of the writing. That's almost more because of they've got charisma. They've really got a presence that the other people don't. So Dreyfuss. Damn it, me and my pronouncing things. Dreyfuss did not do his own singing. The songs were written and sung by Jeff Barry, longtime composer, many hits, including fake band The Archies, their biggest hit, Sugar Sugar. Barry also wrote dozens of tunes for The Archies and produced tracks for the Monkees. And there isn't a soundtrack album for this film, probably because it did so poorly, but mostly because there's only 5 songs.
It's weird that Richard Dreyfuss didn't do the singing, because he did the love song from Jaws, and it's beautiful. Yeah. I love that. I mean, it's like, that's my Jamie and my song.
So anyway, there was a song was sort of released as a single, but it wasn't from the movie properly. It was a cover version of I Can Love You by Robin McNamara, and it was off Jeff Barry's label Steed, and Robin McNamara was a one-hit wonder in 1970 with Lay a Little Lovin' on Me, which went to number 11. And here's McNamara's version of I Can Love You.
I can't make the rains to follow, no. I can't climb a mountain tall, oh no. But I can love you. But I love you.
But that was like a real person with a real band and a real song.
Yeah. Well, from Jeff Barry that he wrote for the movie.
I don't know if that counts.
Nah, I'm not sure it does either.
So let's take a break and let's talk about it.
Yeah, so after the break, we'll bring up more people before they got famous. This is the Rocklopedia Fakebandica. Who's got a good before they went famous to give these lovely listeners?
Oh, I do.
Alan?
Sadly, though, we do not have a clip for this one.
Boo.
It's a real heartbreaker. I say this because it had the potential to be a really good one. So it's the character Zephyr, who was a streetwise female singer from the stage musical The Zinger,
The Zinger.
which was set in the faraway future year of 2008. Okay, true. The musical was from 1976, so the year 2000 was 24 years away, was in the future. But would like to note it was closer than we are to the actual year 2000 right now.
That's terrible.
That one's right for Matt, even though I know he's not listening. We have no listeners in Iowa, but
we
that
have
was for Matt.
one stream, one
Ooh.
download from Iowa.
Maybe that was Matt.
Could be T Mike's friend Kate,
That's true.
I don't know.
or it could be anybody else.
In the entire state.
Which I'm gonna put my money on that.
Yeah. Anyway, The Zinger was written and produced by a real Mad Libs-esque kind of think tank here. We had the Harry Chapin of Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, yeah. The singer-songwriter.
And his wife, Sandy, wrote the script. And she was working on her PhD at the time in aesthetics, which I thought was kind of fascinating.
PhD in aesthetics.
Yeah. So she ended up being a college professor but
of aesthetics.
Of aesthetics, yeah. I think I don't know whether with that you would be in the like literature department or the art department.
Yeah,
but
I've never heard of that.
she actually wrote the poem that became Cats in the Cradle. And it actually was about Harry Chapin.
So they've collaborated
Yeah.
for a while. Okay.
Which I was really impressed by the
Wow.
kind of judo-esque move about like, I'm going to write a poem about your crappy parenting and I'm going to like judo turn it into like my biggest hit. So, but he had a
Nice.
bunch of hits. I will say Harry Chapin now, I think most people probably know him. I honestly did not recognize a lot of these songs, realizing I listened to it I screwed up my Spotify for a little while, but I listened to a bunch of his stuff, but we've heard songs by him before, but a lot of them are not necessarily ones you remember, and they definitely didn't get play like this. So they wrote the script. Weirdly, though, Chapin, who was famous musician, did not write the music. His brother Stephen, who was an electrical engineer, was the composer.
What?
This is the weirdest sounding musical already. Okay, all right.
This sounds like my brother needs a check. Is kind of situation
his brother
here.
was musical, and his family was musical.
All right,
so.
all right.
Hold on to your horses, though, because the director was Jonathan Ringkamp, who was a Franciscan monk.
This just gets weirder and weirder.
I don't know what to think anymore.
I know, it's such a strange thing. And apparently, so the Zinger was about a music producer who was rebelling against government control, where love and music are a battlefield. And part of the show also includes the real audience reacting to songs they hear. It's kind of a riff on focus group testing, but it was
interesting.
Kind of glommed onto this thing that almost sounds like Kilroy Was Here that came out several years later by Styx.
Okay, all right.
But it was apparently written very quickly. And like all the early stories about it talk about how fast they kind of slammed it together and got it on stage.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. It only ran for 1 month at the Performing Arts Foundation, the PAF Playhouse at the Huntington Station, Long Island, which was near where Chapin was living at the time.
Okay,
I'm amazed we found this, is what I mean.
There's actually quite a few stories in the New York Times about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
And he was a big star at the time. So I think
Sure, yeah,
and PAF, I don't know, I think their continued amount plays, they were fairly high profile too.
Oh, okay.
So it was, it kind of all came together.
Okay.
And a lot of the New York Times stories, even though they're written in that very dispassionate 1970s New York Times style, where, this is the era when they were writing about Meatloaf and referring to him as Mr. Loaf. They're very reserved. You could tell that play was not very good.
No.
Yeah. A later story about a more successful play by Chapin managed that the Zinger mentioned that the Zinger was the only one of the PAF productions from the previous year that had not gone on to do any other theaters. It was just like basically it was just a little too late.
Well, it's a little interesting that he went on to write other plays, though.
Yeah, he wrote several of them. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. The Zinger starred Ben Vereen and Beverly D'Angelo.
All right.
Yeah. They were already fairly well known. Beverly D'Angelo was more of a stage actress at the time. She had not, obviously, National Lampoon's Vacation had not come out. So.
Right.
But she did not count because she did not play a fake musician in this. Right. But it also was Christine Latti's. Lottie?
I think it's Lottie.
Okay.
Now who can't pronounce words?
It was also Christine Lottie's first major stage role. And there's a fake band connection with her because she actually later got an Academy Award nomination for playing nightclub singer Hazel Zanussi in the 1984 film Swing Shift.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is not very good, but it's a Jonathan Demme movie, so it's interesting looking, but yeah, it's not very good. So, but we're not interested in them. We're interested in the role of Zephyr, who's a hard-living rock star who used sex as a weapon.
What?
Unlike other performers, she was little more than a shadow of the night at the time. But you would definitely know her now. You guys should go ahead and guess. Hit me with your best shot.
Hey, wait a minute.
I know who you're talking about.
Zephyr was a pre-fame Pat Benatar. She was 23 years old at the time. And I scoured the internet looking for any recordings of the show or even the script, but I couldn't find anything. There's like no evidence of this play at all.
So tiny then.
But in 1987 at the Harry Chapin tribute concert, she actually talked about her history with the show before singing her cover of his Shooting Star.
I met Harry probably in 1975 in a small pub in Huntington, Long Island when I was singing cabaret songs and trying to make a living. And he said, kid, why don't you come back? We're having auditions for the show that I'm doing at the PAF Playhouse. And I said, sure. I never saw a famous person that close before, So I said, sure. So I went over there, and the show was The Zinger. And The Zinger took place in a futuristic, it was kind of futuristic rock and roll musical. And the character I played was called Zephyr, and she's kind of a rough and tough rock and roll singer of the future. The only problem was I hadn't really learned how to sing rock and roll yet, so I was a little out of place. And I remember at rehearsals they would come back and they were really nice, Harry and Steve and everybody, and you're doing great, but you gotta like rough it up a little, you gotta get this a little tougher here. And I was, okay. And so Harry, I know you're listening and probably smiling, but I finally got it.
And I think it's kind of funny, like someone I think of Pat Benatar as being a big star, and she clearly was so starstruck at the time. So I think it's
23 start.
Yeah.
Out.
So maybe this helped her develop her rock personality side. I think
actually said that there was an interview with her on her site, and she talked about this gave her a lot of confidence and kind of the toughness or whatever, but also dressing up in cat suits for like a Halloween party or whatever, and the kind of sexy thing like that. And then they ended up like just singing in a bar, and people responded really well. So yeah, that was kind of like she was really developing her look at this time. So yeah, it was really instrumental in that. So it gave us the Pat Benatar image in a lot of ways.
Well, all right. Way to go, Zephyr.
Yeah.
Okay. In 1978, the movie Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I know that film.
Yes.
I know Alan saw this with me. Have you seen it, right?
Yeah. It's goofy, low budget fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's a parody of horror movies, especially B movies, right? And it shows.
Yeah, it's like a B squared movie.
It's not acted well. It's not shot well. It's not produced well. You can see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
It's not well. It's a terrible movie, and it's one of the terrible movies that you should see. Right? You definitely need to see this movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of jokes in there that don't age well. Still, it's just dumb enough. You got to see this movie.
It's a dumb good time.
The premise is that giant killer tomatoes are taking over the country. Well, actually, it's just San Diego to start, it seems.
Also, regular sized tomatoes. Also,
I think the most of them try to grow, though. I think.
Yeah.
But so they're killing men, women, children. People are in a panic. The president creates a team of specialists to thwart the tomatoes, led by Agent Mason Dixon.
All right.
One of his experts is Sam Smith, a disguise expert known to impersonate people as diverse as George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Adolf Hitler.
When you want to go undercover, you want to pick one of those three.
Somebody famous.
The 1970s, the best people to impersonate are George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, or Adolf Hitler. It's even more impressive when you realize that he's black and impersonating them. He ends up infiltrating a tomato camp in disguise, but outs himself when at dinner he asks for the ketchup. That's the level we're talking about in this movie, people. Nothing seems to stop the tomatoes, not even catchy bumper stickers. Well, one thing does. This song.
Cover your ears, everyone!
So bad. It's supposed to be a parody of those cheesy teenage boys singing like Donny Osmond, singing Puppy Love, for instance. It's weird and it's hideous, and it's one of the best parts of this movie. And it'll get stuck in your head. You'll be singing this forever. And it turns out that song is the one thing that stops the tomatoes. It either kills them or just turns them back into regular tomatoes. But either way, they're neutralized.
Right.
The one time all of them were being just neutralized, and they turn a corner, and there's a giant tomato who has earmuffs on, so he can't hear the song. Remember? And you remember how they defeated him?
Right.
Held up the sheet music to and all of a sudden
that
that's
was
what
really
killed him.
funny. Yeah, that was a good gag.
I forgot about that.
So all the people left in San Diego, which they said are all the weirdos and nut jobs that are left. And if you look at the crowd, it's all these people dressed up in disguise. The San Diego Chicken was there.
Right.
Oh, man.
There were a couple of guys who were dressed as the Marx Brothers from...
hey, we just did the Marx Brothers last episode.
Exactly. They all run to the old football stadium, and they get the tomatoes to follow them, and then they play this song.
Cover your ears, everyone!
The killer tomatoes, they turn back to regular tomatoes, and all the crazy weirdos go around stomping tomatoes. The day is saved, for now at least, because there were 3 sequels. There's Return of the Killer Tomatoes, featuring George Clooney.
What?
And John Astin.
Yeah.
Now, John Astin from Addams Family, I could see, but I did not realize this like an early George Clooney.
It was one of his first roles, George Clooney, in Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
I had no idea.
Then there was Killer Tomato Strike Back, starring John Witherspoon and John Astin. And then Killer Tomatoes Eat France, starring John Astin. I guess he's just bored or
he's
something.
Committed. He's committed, man. Come on.
In 2025, they announced production was underway for Attack of the Killer Tomatoes Organic Intelligence.
Whoa.
Starring a plethora of amazing B and C level talent. You can't wait.
We could get a new Killer Tomato movie soon?
Maybe this year. We'll see.
Wow.
But let's talk about the song, because the music's what the episode here is about, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The song Puberty Love was sung by a young San Diego teenager named Matt Cameron. And most of us don't really know San Diego teenager Matt Cameron.
I don't know any San Diego teenagers.
We might be more familiar if I mentioned to you when he's 21, he moved to Seattle and he became Matt Cameron.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I should probably explain a little more here. Matt Cameron became one of the most acclaimed drummers of the grunge era. He was in a few influential bands before joining Soundgarden.
Here we go.
One of the biggest bands of the 90s,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right.
We talked about 9 Inch Nails. Soundgarden was right either before or after all their videos, right? Of course, they had Spoon Man, they had Black Hole Sun, they had all these great songs. I think he might have also been in Temple of the Dog, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When Soundgarden was split up in 1997, Cameron was invited to join one of the other legendary Seattle bands, Pearl Jam.
Oh.
And he played with them from 1998 until last year.
Oh, wow.
At one point in the early 2000s, when Soundgarden reunited, Cameron was the drummer for both bands. So, he's a legend.
Exactly.
Right? So the holy trinity of grunge, Cameron was an integral part of 2 of the 3.
Right.
So what was the third band in the grunge
Nirvana.
hierarchy? Nirvana, of course, yes. And he was not a drummer for them. They had a lot of drummers.
Right.
But he was not one of them. Who's the most famous and long-serving drummer for Nirvana?
Dave Grohl?
Yeah.
Dave Grohl, correct. Yeah, and I'm telling you, Dave Grohl has beef with Matt Cameron.
What?
You heard it here first.
Ooh.
I broke the code. Grohl has beef with Matt Cameron.
What are you talking about?
Well, maybe it's because Cameron was seen as the top drummer of the scene. Who knows?
Right.
Maybe he's in two of the top bands, not just one.
Uh-huh.
But the name of Grohl's post-Nirvana band says it all, doesn't it?
Foo Fighters?
Foo Fighters, exactly. A direct attack at Matt Cameron.
How so?
Oh, did I not mention, back to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Matt Cameron is not named as the singer of Puberty Love. He uses a pseudonym. Foo Cameron.
Whoa.
That is the Foo he's fighting.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You
Nice.
have connected the
I've
dots.
connected the dots.
Nice work.
If you guys, we really should switch to a video podcast because the chart behind Charles with all the strings is incredible. I mean, it's not like all kinds of newspaper clippings. And
How did you get that
strings
picture of
and-
me in the shower?
I don't release my sources.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I think I got the last one here.
Yeah. And
All
on
right.
a high note here.
Okay.
Or I can just clip it and just end with it.
Yeah, just cut in a high note. We'll end on that. All right. So before I talked about tomorrow, and now I'm going to talk about tomorrow. The regular tomorrow was only 3 O's.
Wait, Tomorrow 2, like the sequel?
No, just I'm also talking about tomorrow. I'm also
You're talking about the movie we
I'm
just
talking
talked
about tomorrow. What we already talked about. Now I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Give me a sec here. All right. So
Okay.
the film is the 1967 comedy called Smashing Time. It's a UK film. It's a parody of the swinging London scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing about this movie, it is Bechdel test-orific. The movie stars 2 female leads who talk about everything, and also men. The bad thing is that neither character they play is likable at all.
Oh.
Rita Tushingham plays mousy, meek, mild Brenda, and
Rita Tushingham.
Yeah,
I thought that
Wow.
was the fake name, and I looked at it at first.
I know. I was assuming that was the fake one.
that's
Okay.
a good name. We got a
Yeah.
lot of good names this year.
Yeah.
And Lynn Redgrave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she plays big, brassy, bit of a bully Yvonne. Both these actresses do an awesome job of bringing these characters to life. Like you believe it. They're a little exaggerated in ways, but you believe it. But they're just both terrible people.
It sounds kind of like almost like the spiritual grandparent of Ab Fab or something like that. Where like really terrible people, but like they're fun. And
I can see some Ab Fab in here.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So the pair,
Absolutely fabulous for
Yes.
those of you who don't know.
also
that.
a great show. So the pair has just moved to London to pursue their fame and fortune. They managed to get a crummy apartment and jobs immediately because it's a movie. And only a few hours later, photographer Tom Wabe, who's played by Michael York, pays Yvonne to take a picture of her for the paper. But it turns out that the picture is a, hey, look who's so out of fashion, haha, kind of picture.
Ooh, burn.
So anyway, here's a really weird thing about the film. It's a musical, but all the songs are internal monologues. They don't dance down the street singing like a regular musical. They just walk around the town, Carnaby Street normally, and they think the song.
Okay.
I've never seen a musical like this.
That's very odd.
It is. It's very weird, a little disconcerting. It's a little disassociating feeling
It's
going
a musical
on.
for introverts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Well, it reminds me of like the David Lynch Dune, where so much of it was told like the inner
Oh, the
monologue.
inner
kind of
monologue.
like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
That musical
Well,
version of Dune was
that-
weird.
Imagine
That was very
Dune
weird.
where they're thinking songs instead.
I love that idea. Tell me of your homeworld, Uso.
Spice, baby.
I can't top that. All right. The pair have a lot of crappy jobs. There's a lot of slapstick. There's not one. There's 2 enormous food fights in the film. Finally, we get to the fake band stuff in like the last third of the movie. So a candid camera type show called You Can't Help Laughing demolishes Yvonne and Brenda's apartment building as a joke.
That's a good gag.
Good gag, yeah.
Anyway, but they also get paid £10,000. So for their troubles. So they make it up to you. So Yvonne takes that money straight to a record company executive, Jeremy Tove, played by Jeremy Lloyd, and says, make me a star. Well, he says, guess what? That £10,000 will just about cover that. So they record her singing a song called While I'm Still Young.
I'm still so young. Can't sing that I'm young. Can't do the thing that I'm young.
Yeah, Yvonne is literally tone deaf. This is mentioned by her friend Brenda.
Ooh.
Fortunately, 10,000 Pounds also hires you a terrific producer, so we actually end up with this song.
I can't sing, but I'm young. Can't do a thing, but I'm young. I'm a fool, but I'm cool. Don't put me down.
Much better. Much better. So now, what is it? It's montage time, like all good fake band movies. Her song hits number 15 on the Mini Trends Fab Top 20 chart, beating out real band The Kinks.
Oh, man.
She makes the cover of the New Musical Express. She gets articles in papers. There's DJs being bribed to play her song. She gives fans autographs. She meets the Bishop of Runcorn. Wow! Runcorn, people! I don't know what that is. I don't have any idea. Anyway, she's a celebrity guest on a TV show called Hi-Fi Court, which is a spoof of the real UK show, Jukebox Jury, where, celebs would come on and judge songs.
Okay.
So anyway, we get another quick fake band here called Jimmy James and the Surf Riders.
Friendly people have come a long way to pay respect to the dear old lady mama. Silver curls hang across her forehead.
Jimmy James and the Surf Riders, that's one I think is absolutely knockout. I hope that you agree. Our studio audience certainly liked it very much. Now let's go over to our very distinguished lineup of guests tonight. A gal who's got a record riding very high in the charts at the moment. Let's see what Yvonne thinks.
Well, no, I don't think it'll be a hit because it's too samey. And I like the bit where it went da-da-da-da, at the beginning, but then I thought, oh, it's going to be great. But then after that, well, no, I don't think so. It's too samey.
Too samey, apparently. Yvonne, now she's a successful pop singer, gets to meet big-time rock band The Snarks.
Okay.
The record company that she's with is also the Snarks' record company. In fact, when she's cutting the deal, the entire wall behind the executive is just this enormous picture of the Snarks. And there's another thing where a quick shot shows that their song You're For Me is a number 4 on the Mini Trends Fab Top 20, apparently is England's greatest chart ever.
Ooh.
Another magazine headline says they're still riding the Melody Maker charts, and they are played by real UK psychedelic rock band Tomorrow, previously called the In Crowd, this regular spelling of tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, if you know famous UK DJ John Peel, like I know Alan knows him, Tomorrow was the very first band to play on his show Top Gear on September 18th, 1967. And Tomorrow's best-known song is My White Bicycle, which, weirdly, I know because it was covered by a fictional character, Neil from The Young Ones, on his 1984 in-character album, Neil's Heavy Concept album.
We are getting to somebody
in
who
the
was
weeds
fake
here.
before they were famous, right?
I'm getting a little in the weeds here.
Okay.
All right, so first we have Tomorrow drummer John Twink Alder, who was later in the bands Pretty Things and Pink Fairies, and he was apparently a big figure in the UK proto-punk scene.
Well, when was this? This was made 67. Yeah, he would have been probably already. The Pink Fairies, I think, might have already been around. Yeah, he was the Pink Fairies was this weird kind of pickup group that also included Steve Peregrine Took, who was the other guy.
That's a Hobbit.
Yeah,
that is a Hobbit.
He was also the other guy with Mark Bolan when it was still Tyrannosaurus Rex, before it became T-Rex, and it was this kind of weird, folky kind of, but beginning with electric kind of stuff. Yeah, Twink was very important in British garage rock, psychedelic stuff, and weirdly, his name Twink might actually predate the slang of twink, of being a young hairless.
It does because I read it's
about his hair. It was a brand of hair product.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was named that because he had long, beautiful hair.
Yeah,
and
I think it was really curly.
Yeah, and so so twink as being just kind of from gay slang actually came in later on.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
it's
really
nothing
strange.
to do with that.
And he's also unrelated to the Boston band Twink, which really will screw up they play on toy pianos.
So then, I'm guessing you had some interesting internet searches for this guy.
Yeah. There's yeah. Well, I think it's kind of funny. I assumed it was because his band was before the Deviants, and that was like kind of like okay. I always figured it was this weird kind of like almost like kind of queer baiting kind of thing like that. But no, it is absolutely unrelated. So,
and the fake person who became famous.
All right, hang on. Here we go. All right, so the singer of Tomorrow was named Keith West. He had a number 2 hit on his own called Excerpt from a Teenage Opera in 1967, and that's it for him. Anyway, their bassist, John Junior Wood, was actually sick during filming, and so they replaced him with just some random guy named John Pierce, who was a clothes dealer, and he was never seen or heard from again. Too bad for you, Junior.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but guitarist is Steve Howe, and Steve Howe later joined Prog Rockers.
For the Dodgers, right?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were saying?
Anyway, he's a guitar player. He joined the Prog Rockers Yes in 1970.
Okay.
And then when Yes broke up in 1980, Howe became the Howe and Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman Howe. Because when you change bands, you want to go from the shortest band name to the longest band name.
Right.
And in 1981, he helped form the band Asia, back to a short name. So you go from long name to short name. So, and of course, Asia's debut album was like the highest selling album in 1982. It spent 9 weeks at number 1. Heat of the Moment went to number 4 in the US and Canada. Definitely a classic track for me. So at the very end of the film, Yvonne has this epic party, try to make herself feel better because she's down in the dumps. And
I can't not point out, I'm sorry, like total music geek. Asia came before Anderson, Bruford.
Oh, did it?
Howe.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Yeah. Anderson, Bruford,
right.
Howe didn't start until 1988.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So the Snarks were the fake band.
Yes, the Snarks
played
the fake
by
band.
Tomorrow, the real band. And the one person we care about from Tomorrow is Steve Howe.
Steve Howe went on to have big success.
Who was with Yes and these other bands.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, at the end of the film, Yvonne has a big epic party in a rotating restaurant. We need to bring back revolving restaurants. I think
there's still some
there was
around.
one I used to go to one in Atlanta, and
that's the only one I know of. Is there one in Atlanta? Yeah.
Well, apparently they had one in London, and we finally get to hear some music by the Snarks. And the funny thing is that is not the band Tomorrow.
What?
The music is by Skip Bifferty.
Whoa.
Wait.
Skip Bifferty is the new Kurt Jurgens, y'all.
Wow, that's a good name. Is that like a person?
It's a band.
Okay.
It's a band, not a person. And some members of Skip Bifferty went on to be in the band Ian Drury and the Blockheads.
Oh.
So you're telling me the band The Snarks, if I am deaf, it's the band Tomorrow.
Right.
And if I'm blind, it's the band Skip Bifferty.
That's right.
Is this what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Is this what it is?
Yes, you got it. You nailed it.
Why get a real band to play the characters if
And then
they're not
replace the
going to
music?
play the music?
I know, but see, this also happened to the band Tomorrow a year before because they were supposed to be in the 1966 film Blow Up, which is like a big, important picture at that time. And they had all their songs, they recorded songs for it, and they had the songs pulled, and they were replaced by the Yardbirds, who were a bigger name, and that's why they got replaced.
How terrible is this band? Tomorrow has to be one of the worst bands out there.
No, they're fine. They're a perfectly fine band.
Oh, okay. So Yardbirds. Okay, I can understand the Yardbirds were replaced. Yardbirds are a bigger name, but Skip Bifferty.
Skip Bifferty. It's like my new favorite name now.
Please.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's a little weird, and the band really is barely in the movie. It's kind of not quite blink and you miss it, but they're in the background. They don't get any lines. They're mostly like in shots of like newspapers and posters and whatever. Another weird bit of trivia about the film is that it has in it John Clive and Jeffrey Hughes, and Clive voiced John Lennon in the Yellow Submarine Beatles animated movie, and Hughes voiced Paul McCartney. We have like two fake Beatles in the movie.
Finally, something we can care about.
All right. Well, anyway, the last bit is the soundtrack album for Smashing Time features a second pop tune by Yvonne called Baby Don't Go. And it's on the soundtrack album. It's not used in the film, but let's just think of it as her B-side as we finish up with Smashing Time.
Look, you can sing about Baby Don't Go all you want, but it's time for us to go right now. So I'm Charles. There's Alan.
See you later.
There's T Mike.
Skip Bifferty!
And this has been the Rocklopedia Fakebandica. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Rocklopedia Fakebandica, a production of the Van Gogh Sketch Comedy Group. The hosts are Alan Benson, T. Mike Childs, and Charles Rempel. Our editors are Alan Benson and Charles Rempel. Please be sure to subscribe to the Rocklopedia on your service of choice so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a review or email us at fakebands@vgg.com. And don't forget to visit fakebands.com and the mothership, vgg.com. Thanks for listening.